and welcome to Automotive Influencer Stories, a podcast series from Bosch which gets under the hood of the vehicle aftermarket. Today, we're talking about a Bosch solution called the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate. Mechanics and workshops play a big role in building trust with car owners. They help them not just to educate them, but also help them to keep their cars in check. This solution brings much transparency and also trust in the used car market. So let's talk about the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate. And to talk about the solution, I have with me today Laura Kutzel. She is Product Manager for Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate. Hi Laura, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So Laura, please explain to me what is the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate?
The Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate is a manufacturer-independent certificate which uses real vehicle data to assess the condition of used vehicles. Its main purpose is to bring transparency to the used car market.
Perfect. And how does it help me as a vehicle owner?
Oh, that's simple. It basically builds or helps you to build trust, because let me expand a little bit on that. Around about 70% of all German used car buyers are concerned that sellers are not stating the exact truth about the vehicle and the condition.
That's so true.
Yeah, you might know that when you've already bought a used vehicle, right? Mm-hmm. But just imagine you're a seller. So you would be really interested in having the right price for the vehicle, the appropriate price to sell it, right? So the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate is exactly addressing this relationship between buyer and seller of used vehicles. It helps them to build trust, to find the right price, and then have a successful used car deal in the end.
Sounds great, but cars have always been sold, right? So how does our solution differ from a traditional vehicle check, let's say?
Yeah, that's true. So what we are currently seeing on the market and what you might consider as a traditional vehicle check are basically physical inspections. So usually the workshop employee is just checking the vehicles, for example, from the outside, checking the mechanical elements such as the brakes, checking the coating, and this is basically the traditional vehicle check.
Yeah.
And then there are other solutions on the market, for example, database solutions, which are relying on databases to create a vehicle history report. And based on this vehicle report, you can also use it to sell your car. And
really?
because it's stating the history of the vehicle. And these databases are, for example, insurance databases. And then there are also other solutions which are focusing on one dimension of the vehicle's health. So, for example, there are companies creating certificates for electric vehicles and they are referring to the state of health of the high voltage battery of electric vehicles. However, the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate is reading out real vehicle data from the vehicle's electronic control units and is not relying on any additional database or even physical check. In addition, it's addressing not only one dimension of the vehicle health, but also several others.
Yeah, so it's like complete real solution and not just based on limited information and limited elements.
Yeah.
And what should workshop owners look forward to?
So basically, the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate is an additional offering to the traditional workshop business. It is addressing the evolving demands of the market and is also offering an additional revenue potential for the workshops. In addition, it's very easy to integrate it into existing workshop processes because it's relying on common diagnostic tools. That's the one thing. And it's very straightforward and easy and quick to create it.
Okay, so you said easy to use. Can you please explain to me how exactly the solution works?
Sure, it's a very straightforward process. So the first thing you need to do to create the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate is to get your diagnostic module.
Right.
And then plug it into the vehicle via the OBD interface. And this is, in our case, we are using the KTS 560 or 590, which is this green box you're having in your hands right there. And then you're using this plug to just connect it to the OBD part of the vehicle. Yeah. And that's already the first step. And after all the prerequisites are checked, then you can basically start the vehicle health certificate via our diagnostic software, EasyTronic. And once this is done, all the data are read out from the vehicle, are being processed, and then summarized and compiled in a user-friendly certificate. That's it.
Sounds easy. Plug, read, print.
Correct.
And the certificate, I mean, I do not understand too much technical information from mechanics, but you mentioned user-friendly certificate. Will I be able to understand what that certificate says?
Yeah, for sure. I have one here today for you. So this is a print up of a real Bosch vehicle health certificate. And yeah, you can see basically it has a first page where all the information are summarized. And then we have several detail pages where all the other information and the details of the different components are basically displayed. So depending on the vehicle and also the information available in the electronic control units, the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate can consist of 5 major components. These components are, for example, crash information, which are read out from the event data recorder of the vehicle. Then we can also provide information about the state of health of electric vehicles, of the high voltage battery. In addition, we also document the diagnostic trouble codes. We can indicate potential mileage tampering. So if someone has like played around with the different mileages in the electronic control units, we might detect that. So better not do it. And in addition, we can also provide some information about the service status and the service interval, so whether the last service interval has been exceeded or not. And yeah, then you can just use this certificate right away in your next used car deal.
Looks really easy to understand and user-friendly because red means bad and green means good. So I can't wait to have one of those. Tell me about the launch plan and the future readiness.
Yeah, sure. The Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate was launched in the beginning of this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so good news for you. You can already get it. And for the future, I'd like to zoom out a little bit because, to be honest, not only the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate will evolve, but also the entire industry is basically changing. So the automotive industry or vehicles are even getting more software defined and more data driven. And this is actually adding a lot of complexity to the workshops and the vehicles they're dealing with.
Right.
And our aim as Bosch is basically to support those workshops with exactly these challenges. And so the Bosch Vehicle Health Certificate is actually part of all of that because it helps them to prepare for the change and it will evolve as the industry will also evolve. So yeah, that's basically how it is.
Perfect, Laura. So our solution is not just helping mechanics, vehicle owners, and workshop owners today, but it's also ready and getting ready to help them in the future. That sounds great. Thank you so much, Laura, for discussing with us.
Thank you.
That's it for this episode. To hear more from our experts, do not forget to check out the podcasts from Automotive Influencer Stories by Bosch.